Welcome to Franchise Marketing Radio, brought to you by SeoSamba. Comprehensive high-performing marketing solutions for mature and emerging franchise brands. To supercharge your franchise marketing, go to SeoSamba.com. That's SeoSamba.com.
Lee Cantor here, another episode of Franchise Marketing Radio, and this is going to be a good one. Today we have with us Jen Cutillo with BeBalanced. Welcome, Jen.
Hi, thank you so much for having me.
Well, I'm excited to learn what you're up to. Tell us a little bit about BeBalanced. How are you serving folks?
Okay, so with BeBalanced, we're a little bit unique in the marketplace. Our complete name is BeBalanced Hormone Weight Loss Centers, and sometimes people can think that we give hormone therapy or something like that. We do not actually. We are non-medical, and we give women the tools that they need to manage their hormones naturally and to get them balanced and to alleviate the symptoms of PMS, menopause, plus help them to lose weight very quickly, efficiently, and in a very healthy manner.
Well, can you explain for our listeners who aren't familiar with how hormones affect those things? Like they may not be familiar with kind of the science behind it.
Yeah, no problem. So it's funny because women will often feel that something's off, that something's just not working right for them anymore, that they used to be able to maintain a weight that now all of a sudden they can't maintain it anymore. So, and that really answer is hormones. So stress in our culture, it creates cortisol, it generates cortisol as you're familiar with. And cortisol has major impact on all the rest of the hormones in your body and can throw everything out of balance. So we help women to manage their stress through a number of different means, through some natural supplementation, but also through lifestyle and dietary methods, because stress isn't just your husband nagging you and your job being stressful. It's also all of the influences around us in our environment, the sound of our cell phone going off, the impact of artificial lights and electromagnetic fields that we're around in our computers, all of that, and even just pain that we could be contributing or experiencing. All of that contributes to other symptoms of hormone imbalance, which then can cause PMS and menopausal issues and all of that. Also, insulin. Those are the two main hormones that we help with is cortisol and then insulin. And insulin is a hormone, and the impact of insulin is huge when it comes to everything else in your body and the symptoms around it.
Now, it sounds like most people are kind of dying a death by 1,000 cuts by being having all these stimuli affecting them negatively in lots of different ways. And you kind of stumbled upon a solution that helps kind of regulate some of that?
It's true. Our program is holistic in that it really impacts the systems in every woman's body. So it's almost like the beginning is a wellness immersion therapy almost, where we're so always hit with these messages of, oh, you should do this and you should be doing that and you should be doing this to take care of yourself. And it leaves us as women, actually creates more stress for us because we feel more like a failure of all the things that we're not able to do. You cannot possibly complete all of the shoulds on the list that people try to add to your life. And you just end up feeling guilty then. So we have a very comprehensive program that women come to us, and men too. Men can also do our program. It's just that women, we know how we always feel about dieting with our husbands. And men, they do great. They've lost all this weight and all they've done is stopped going to the donut shop. And it's just not cool. But anyway, that's why we speak of women mostly, but we do help both. So when women come in, our program is it's completely comprehensive. So they are eating a diet that balances their blood sugar and removes all of the inflammatory and foods that are often sensitive to our body. So it kind of stops that damage from happening. And then we layer in natural supplements to help support their liver while they detox from all of those kind of the toxins of the garbage food that we tend to eat. And then we also balance their gut flora with probiotics. We do relaxation therapy. It's different than a lot of other programs where you will go in and we have to do all of this intense exercise and do these things. And sometimes those things are not helpful to your body and your overall balance. So we introduce different types of movement and exercise and relaxation and guided meditation, even to the extent of gratitude, and how that impacts your mentality. We see so many times with women how much your mind really can impact your weight. So additionally, we help to balance estrogen and progesterone while they're going through our program.
So is it something that they sign up for 30 days, 90 days, or is it something that this is kind of just part of their lifestyle now? When a client kind of finds this, they get some sort of an assessment to see where they're at and come up with a roadmap. And then you kind of have these touch points where you're helping them kind of, just moderate their hormones and get everything under control, and also kind of chill them out a little bit.
Yeah, brilliantly. So pretty much in a lot of those cases. So when women come to us, most of them, if they have weight to lose, they will start with our 14-week program, which is that kind of wellness immersion therapy that they go through. And there are different phases of that program that take them through, the initial lifestyle changes and then education around how their body works. And it's all supported through coaching and even ongoing classes after that, at the end of it, which are group, and they are giving you kind of real life, eat this, don't eat that. This is how this impacts you. Here's how to read labels to understand what works best for your body, discovering, guiding them through discovering food sensitivities and everything. We don't actually test hormones because we are non-medical. But we do a symptom analysis. And they do a symptom analysis when they come to us in the beginning, and then they do it again at the end. And that helps to determine, if you have symptoms, you're doing our program. It's not medical. It's not interacting with any medications that you're on. All those, we leave those to you and your doctor and support you in that journey. But ultimately, at the end of the day, when you do look at your symptom assessment again, you see where all of your symptoms really went down, or in some cases, most cases actually are gone. So then we work with you to help you to stay balanced. And that's when you enter our Stay Balanced program. And that is a monthly membership, which gives you supplementation and also continued education on the lifestyle behaviors and how they impact some of those things you would never think. Why do I get hot flashes after I, have a latte, a couple hours later? Kind of help you to kind of trace those things back. Lots of education that comes in there to help people stay balanced.
And it sounds like there's also an accountability component as well, that by, taking part and being active in this, that it is kind of keeping you on this path.
Absolutely. 100%. And really it's, our specialists work with each client individually and together kind of form what is that wellness goal and what does it mean to their life and why are they doing this? And it's keeping that in front of them throughout their journey and watching the changes that they're making and the real impactful difference it makes in their life. So while their specialists are with them coaching, guiding, educating, supporting, all of that. And of course, accountability is all part of that. It's so multifaceted because there are the real differences and the changes that are happening in their bodies also help to support them, to give them that positive feedback, that reward for their behaviors. And it's just that continual positive reinforcement that helps our women to maintain their weight loss long term.
Now, let's talk a little bit about the franchisee side of things. You mentioned that you don't have to have a medical, background in order to to execute this plan. Are your franchisees typically kind of medical people that are doing this as an adjunct to their existing business, or are they just kind of wellness folks that want to serve and help people get those kind of outcomes you were describing?
Yeah. So we do have some medical people as part of our brand. Typically those that are saying, I just feel like I'm not making as big of a difference. I want to have more time with the people that I see so that I don't feel like I'm just putting a Band-Aid on them of medication without really getting to the root cause of what they're dealing with and not needing them, so they wouldn't need a medication in the first place. So that's one, but that's a very small portion of our franchisees. It's just because they are already, I don't even think that there's no aptitude that they have, which helps them to be more successful within the business. I really believe. I think it's just more that their interest already lies in helping people and helping them make those choices to improve their quality of life. Mostly it's women that have done our program and men, of course, who have done our program and those that have also, experienced the benefit of it. In fact, 100% of our franchisees did our program before they bought into our business. So once they have experienced the life change and the empowerment really that comes from it, they are just excited about helping others along in the journey.
Now, is this something, do they need to have kind of a brick and mortar outpost, or is it going to be done virtually?
Well, interesting. So with 2020, the way it was, we are all brick and mortar. So we do also serve our clients virtually. And the beneficial relationship of being in person with clients is really important. And honestly, the brick and mortar is beneficial because of just that context of seeing and your products are there locally for you. There's that in-person presence, because we're so relational, is so valuable for group settings and everything else. But we do serve our clients virtually, and we have done so more over this past year, which is good for convenience as well. So oftentimes people will do their initial consult virtually if they're busy, but then they want to come into the centers and see us and have be part of the community that's really being formed around those local communities. Yeah.
Well, I would think that the community part is kind of part of the secret sauce, right? Because you're around a bunch of like-minded people who kind of believe what you believe, and you can all support and help each other through this.
Absolutely. It's so funny because for me, it's kind of reminiscent of when, women get pregnant and they have babies and they go to childbirth classes. And it's like you're experiencing this transformation together. It's so similar in that, like, they are bonded because they're sharing the experience at the same time. And the same things happen when we go through this transformational program. It's you're connected to those people that did it alongside of you. So normally that's an event, because our program in itself isn't operated in a group. It's really individualized in that way until later on, when the education and those things are beneficial to be done in a group, and the connections that are formed there continue outside of our centers. We hear about that all the time, and it's so rewarding. I think too, it's one of the most rewarding aspects of this business.
So now, how are you forecasting 2021? Are you on a positive growth path? Is this something that's taken off all over the country?
Yes, we are. We're on a very positive growth path. We are excited. We believe that 2021 is our year. It's our year to shine. Our franchisees, everybody on the team, we're all mobilized for brand growth. We are so needed right now, more than ever, I believe. And so we are, retail wise, we're doing great, but we're really focusing also on this brand growth, and I'm taking that piece and going, this belongs to everybody. All of our owners are excited to see this grow, because they see the transformational difference that happens where they are, and bringing others into this, we're only able to achieve more and more and more. So we haven't done as much, honestly, with franchise development, because a lot of it did come in organically. But now this year we are actually actively going to be putting efforts into developing strategic markets and such that are going to promote our overall brand.
So what markets are you looking to get into?
What a good question. So Florida for sure is a big one for us, and Pennsylvania. I'm sorry, we've pretty much built out a lot of Pennsylvania, but Virginia, the whole mid-Atlantic area. And then Florida, because we have a couple of centers there that they need some friends over there to help keep them company, but mostly Florida and the mid-Atlantic area.
So you're going to start on the East Coast and work your way across the country?
Yes, that is true. We do have a pretty decent size group that is in Texas. We have a couple owners there, making that kind of really built out and completed. Then we have a couple elsewhere in the country. that are doing well, but we want to start here and then work out after we fill out this area a little bit more.
And when you're in a market, are there, as part of the strategy for that local franchisee, to partner with kind of the wellness community there?
That's how we started. We would start by partnering with wellness community a lot, but it's been probably most effective for us to partner with, it's just everyone in the community, because it's really not limited to the wellness community, the women that are experiencing this. And a lot of times they've tried a lot of other things. So they may have been here, been there, done that. We find that our best partners are our neighbors and our clients themselves, their social groups. We do go in and connect with some wellness offices and go and speak to their groups and everything else, but also just businesses and connecting with local businesses. And that's really been all of the local businesses. I know that seems very vague in it, but it's more about building our community. And a lot of that is done in conjunction with the other local businesses, because women are everywhere. We like to, and of course, local business is so important to us now more than ever. Being able to be part of that community and reinforce not only our business, but then help building those cross referral relationships with, I'm trying to think, even those that are less typical, and my mind is drawing a blank right now, unfortunately.
Well, you know what? What I'm hearing you say is that this isn't something that they have to have already done a wellness class or had a wellness coach, but if they're just a woman that is active in the community, they're going through these stressors, and if they meet somebody else, it's more of an education of, hey, this exists and this is out there. You may want to try it. It's worked for me, is a better referral source than maybe a life coach that says, hey, you should do this.
Much better words than I had. Absolutely. We do. I mean, we get medical people that refer to us. We get wellness people that refer to us for sure. But it's really, women are already talking about this. It's not like we have to be as strategic, I think, as others do in looking for referrals of the right person. Because if you go to any girls' night anywhere, even a Zoom happy hour, you're hearing women talk about this. It's not limited to one industry or
right. It's women as a whole. It isn't just wellness minded women. It's any woman is going through some of these issues. So they're open to learning about a solution for a problem they're having. So it doesn't have to, they don't already have to have kind of drank the Kool-Aid of I'm a wellness person, I'm organic, everything's this way. They could just be open to just solving the problem they have.
100%. And oftentimes I feel like some of those that are into the wellness can actually be more frustrated because, again, they're doing all those shoulds, or they're trying to do the shoulds. They're trying to make the stuff happen for them, but it's not yielding the results that they're looking for, and it can get frustrating. And they just need to have that focus of bringing it all together and, kind of emptying everything out that might be causing problems, and then being really careful about what you bring back in and learning about yourself and your body and your experience and from your body, and having the tools to be able to do that.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like to me. And congratulations on all the success. You're doing such important work, and we really appreciate you.
Oh, thank you. I know, but that's what we were telling everybody over this past year, and they all feel it. They're like, we are all essential, because they are. Everybody's making such a great difference in their communities, and it's just inspiring to see it.
Now, if somebody wants to learn more about maybe a local center near them, and or if they're a potential franchisee that would like to learn more, is there a website?
Oh, there is. So BeBalancedCenters.com.
Good stuff. Well, Jen, thank you again for sharing your story today.
I really appreciate you having me.
All right, this is Lee Cantor. We will see you all next time on Franchise Marketing Radio.